Today in YouTuber news, the appetizer, all the Jeffree star, Shane Dawson, Ryland Adams and Trisha Paytas nonsense explained as best we can. That's right, it's a special episode because this drama is so complicated. I'm Benedict Townsend and this is YouTuber news, the appetizer, brought to you by PopBuzz. Now, earlier this week, we reported on Trisha Paytas' reaction to Jeffree Star's now former hairstylist, Hair by Jay, saying some really nasty things about her in an Instagram live. Jeffree responded to this by firing him, but it looks like the fallout for everyone involved, and some others, has only just begun. During Trisha's initial video, as well as calling out Jeffree and Hair by Jay for the way they treated her, Trish also expressed disappointment in Shane Dawson for failing to publicly defend her. She has since effectively ended their 12-year friendship as a result of his continued support of Jeffree. Now, to be honest, this comes as no surprise, as Trisha has very publicly supported Shane throughout his many extensive controversies. So it's understandable she'd feel that their relationship had gotten a bit, one-sided. She said in another recent video that she had blocked both Shane and his fiancée Ryland on social media and wouldn't be defending them in the future, writing in the description, quote, "I want to make it very clear, I no longer want any association with Jeffree or Shane. They both made their characters clear to me." Unsurprisingly, we're yet to hear any comments from Shane himself on the matter, but Ryland has responded to the drama in the most recent episode of his podcast, The Sip. And in that episode, Ryland says, quote, he's confused and taken aback by the situation, but fully denounces the, quote, horrific things Hair by Jay said on Instagram Live. Ryland goes on to say Trisha is one of his closest friends, and that he wishes she'd have come to him to talk the situation through and deal with it. However, it seems fans, the majority of whom have reacted in support of Trisha over the situation, were unhappy with Ryland, many taking to the comments accusing Ryland of downplaying the very serious situation playing out between Trisha and Jeffree, and he and Shane's part in that. Shockingly, the comments were then promptly deactivated on the video, which is always a sign that things are going well for you. Trisha then took to TikTok to share her response, claiming she had in fact told Shane and Ryland about how she'd been treated and how she felt, but that Shane had replied, quote, "I don't want to believe what you said about Jeffree," and that Ryland is now turning the story around in their favour. She also shared a screenshot of a text message from someone saying they were with Jeffree when the Shane and Tati Westbrook drama kicked off, as evidence of the extent Jeffree has, quote, been there for Shane and Ryland during difficult times. The sender says that at the time Shane was, quote, damn near suicidal, but every time Shane would message Jeffree would roll his eyes, saying things like, "It's Shane again." Trisha goes on to say she blocked Shane and Ryland because they're, quote, manipulating, gaslighting and cruel. She says the podcast shows how, quote, cold and evil they have become. We'll keep you updated with any developments as they arise, but I sincerely hope there are no developments because this is so complicated. That's all for today's little appetizer. Appetite. We'll be back tomorrow on Snapchat and YouTube for our full meal episode. Please leave us a load of comments if you like the show, it really helps us out. And the laughing lady reads all of them and you guessed it, does a big laugh. And also, don't forget to subscribe because, hey, it's free. Goodbye!